Hey guys! Hey! Long time no chat. I know. I apologize. It's been forever. I've tried 3 times to do a updated video. You know what's going on in my life. You guys know I got a new job. I moved. I tried to do that video a few times, like I said. And I get so frustrated that I stop and I just give up. And I'm gonna come back with that video, and I'm gonna do it because I want you guys to know what's going on with me, what I want to do with my channel, even though I already talked about this last year. But I still want to give an update on my new job, my new city, and my state or whatever and whatnot. But I figured I'd ease my way back into recording videos and I'd come with something a little fluffy, my February TBR. Another thing I want to apologize for is recording in my kitchen. This is currently the only place that has decent ass lighting in my awkwardly laid out apartment. There will be an apartment tour. I currently don't have much furniture. I have a bedroom, not even a bedroom set. I have a mattress and a platform base. That's it. I'm broke as shit, y'all. But I'm 1 month at a time. I'm getting something for each room that I have. So yeah, I will have an apartment tour coming soon, but that'll be in the updated what's going on, what's happening, what's going on with my channel type of video. Let me get into this video so I can stop rambling. You guys know that it's February, it's Black History Month. You guys also know that from the past, I don't read many Black authors, and I always wanted to get into that, but I struggle with finding Black authors, not just African American authors, but Black authors from all across the globe who write in the genres that I love. Over the last year, I've dedicated myself to, even though I wasn't recording and haven't read much last year, we will talk about that too. I've dedicated myself to finding authors that write in the genres or genres that I might enjoy. And I've collected ebooks, I got audiobooks. I'm in my new current library looking and searching for books as well. So I've found some authors that I know I'll probably like because they are also pretty popular, especially amongst the Black community. So yeah, I definitely will be reading Black authors, but I don't want it to just be in the month of February for Black History. I want it to be a part of my my daily reading. I want to read something from authors who look like me, stories with people who look like me, things that I can actually, relate just a little bit more than I can relate to when this comes from someone who doesn't look like me, who doesn't experience the same things that I experience. Again, I'm rambling. But the first book that I am currently listening to, as well as reading along with, I actually could have pushed this back, but the only reason I threw it in with this month is because the television show is coming out. If I'm not mistaken, is it on Netflix or Hulu? One of them damn, hell, it could be on ABC for all I know. I can't remember. I saw it one time and said, ooh, I just bought this book. And then I went to the library and I said, ooh, they have this audiobook thingy, so let me just pick this up and read this as well. And that is 13 Reasons Why by J. Asher. I was in the library and I was looking up and down the shelves. I've never in my life seen a freaking playaway. At my old library, they just had the big old CD booklets of audiobooks, or I just got them from Audible, or online library. I've never got this. It's kind of odd. This at one point was pretty popular on YouTube. I remember at one point everybody was talking about this. I think a young lady committed suicide and she records a story of what happened leading up to it, and she sends it out to like 13 different people. And yeah, I've only listened to maybe 15 minutes of it, and it's a pretty interesting concept. So I'm going to continue on with this. Hopefully I'll get this read before Monday when I go back to work. The next book, well, one of the two books, because this particular author, I have a couple of her books, and she's a Black author, but she writes about pretty heavy shit. And I don't like my reading to be too heavy, which is one of the reasons why I don't really read a lot of Black authors, because they always write about the books that I would come across. Let me correct myself. The books that I would come across seem to be a little too strong for me. I like my reading to be to not give me so much anxiety. I came across Toni Morrison, The Bluest Eye. I wanted to read her books, but like I said, she writes about pretty hardcore shit. And even the lady in the library, she was like, ooh, have you read any Toni Morrison? I said, I have a couple of her books. I said, and I'm trying to ease my way into it. She said it herself. She said her books are pretty tough. And I'm like, yeah, I know that. Which is why it's been taking me years to even attempt to read this book. But this is a library copy of The Bluest Eye. I don't know what this is about. I saw Toni Morrison. I knew that, actually I do think I have a little bit of concept. I remember reading the synopsis a few years back. The next book is a book that I own by Toni Morrison, and it's Sula. I know a few people on BookTube have talked about this book or talk about reading it. I bought it because Toni Morrison. That's exactly why I bought it. And I will get to one of these books. I definitely know I won't read both of them because, like I said, I know she lays the shit on pretty thick. I definitely will read one of those books. More than likely, it'll be the library book, so I can, you know, take it back or whatever. The next book is by another Black author, and it is Devil in a Blue Dress by Walter Mosley. This is a movie. I've seen the movie years ago. I still don't remember what it was about because, like, I was a little kid when I saw the movie. But yeah, I read the synopsis. I have a couple of his books. I have an audiobook and I have another physical copy. So I would definitely be reading this at one point this month or this year because it's a murder mystery and I absolutely love murder mysteries. The next item that I have is not by a Black author, but it's something that I've been wanting to read for a couple years now, and that is Lock and Key by Joe Hill. You all know Joe Hill is Stephen King's son, and you guys know I love Nosferatu, not so much horns, but I hear even by people who don't read as much as, you know, I read at times, they absolutely love this graphic novel, and I saw it at the library and I had to have it. The next thing I'm going to talk about are the audiobooks that I plan to get to. The first audiobook I have is Kindred by Octavia Butler. I also have Wild Seed by Octavia Butler, and where's the other one? Dawn by Octavia Butler. And I also have The Color Purple by Octavia Butler. If you don't know what The Color Purple is about, where have you been all your life? Like, what you been doing with yourself? Because The Color Purple is still one of my favorite movies. I'm surprised I don't even have it in my movie collection, but that will be changing ASAP. And I'd never ever read the book because, again, I didn't think that I would be able to take it in book form. Like, I can take certain stuff in movie form, but in book form, like, yeah, I'm a little sensitive when I be reading certain shit. So guys, that is it for this awkward welcome back TBR video. Hopefully I made some kind of sense. Hopefully you guys can forgive the kitchen scenery. I'm going to try to sit down and edit this and get this up so then I can focus on doing my January wrap up. Just a heads up, I might come back in March and say I only read one of these books. I can come back and say I read all of them, more or none of these at all. I just don't know how the month will progress, but I just wanted to make sure I had a video and I wanted to talk about the books that I definitely have intentions on reading in the month of February. But guys, I miss you guys so much, and I hope you guys welcome me back with open arms because I've been dying to get back in the swing of recording videos. But I look forward to talking to you guys in future videos. Bye.